What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the film room. We're about to cover one of the most important skills that you have to understand when it comes to the pick and roll. This is a literal cheat code when it comes to gaining an advantage in ball screens. So typically when a guard comes off of a screen, the big is going to roll all the way to the rim. And if the screener's defender helps, that's what opens up the roll man. But the problem is that there are backside defenders known as tag defenders, and their goal is to try and steal that pass. So instead of letting the big get all the way to the paint before we throw him the ball when he rolls, we're going to throw it to him early or shorten his roll, which is where we get the term short roll. So let's go back to the previous possession. The guard does his job by getting two people to the ball. That's where the advantage comes from. But instead of trying to wait till the big gets here, throw it to him right here, and that takes away the opportunity for the tag man to steal it. Here's a great example. As the guard comes off this step up, he hits the big early enough that neither one of these tag defenders have time to get over and make a play on the ball. Now, the majority of the time, you're going to want this to be a bounce pass or a pocket pass. So you can see right here that window is where you can throw that pass to get it to the big without it getting stolen by either defender. And in my experience coaching this skill, it takes guards a long time to understand that this is more open than they think. Notice how the ball handler is already getting rid of the basketball because he knows he can fit it into this short roll area right here, and as soon as he gets it out of his hands, the dominoes fall and they end up getting a wide open shot. So as you get comfortable throwing it into this window, here's the expression I want you to remember. If he's even, he's leaving. And all that means is if the big is even with his matchup, he's open. Because the defender is facing the ball and the roller is facing the rim, so if you can just get rid of it, he's gonna get past him. And this is what the best guards do. You can see that Scotty is already getting ready to throw this ball because his big is even with his matchup and there's no way he's gonna catch up. And you have to be able to tell the difference in a very short period of time. Here, the big is in what's called drop coverage, and he anticipates that short roll being thrown, and he ends up getting a steal because the roller never got even. And the opposite of that strategy that you need to be prepared for is if teams run flat coverage. This is where they're going to be at the level of the screen right when you come off. Here, there's not really a window to throw this basketball anywhere, so the guard does a great job of taking an extra dribble, finding that window, and still leading his man to get it to him late. And this is where you get these great in-game chess matches. Notice how the big has a ton of distance between the ball because he's in drop coverage, so if the guard were to throw it into the short roll area, he could easily recover. Now watch as the guard continues to get downhill and the big retreats, but then he comes back to the ball, and as soon as he commits to the ball handler, that's when he dishes it off late for a dunk. And then in an almost identical clip, as the guard comes off, he might potentially have the option to throw it to the big on a short roll, but he keeps it just like in the last possession, and then when this big commits, he goes to dump it off late and ends up turning it over. Same exact play, different results. So if you're not using this strategy, you have to start looking for opportunities in ball screens to throw that short roll. Thanks for coming through. We'll see you next time in the film room.